Welcome to Teen Scene. I'm your host, Tiffany. Remember, this is your favorite show, right? Brought to you by the National Family Planning Board, the NFPB, in association with the UNFPA, United Nations Population Fund. Not all teens are abstaining from sex. Those that are not are at risk for unwanted and unplanned pregnancies. Even worse, getting an STI or HIV. So, can adolescents access contraceptives for use as a proactive approach to pregnancy prevention? If yes, what is the policy or legal framework supporting access? Where do they get the services or become more informed? Is there an eligibility criteria enabling them to access contraceptives? If not, why and what is the teenage pregnancy prevention plan? How is it the best choice not to offer teens contraceptives? Stay tuned and learn more.
If me have sex, I know nobody business that, stop praying me.
Nobody no business until they get pregnant or a sexual infection. See, I can't use it.
Your sexual behavior affects you and whoever you have sex with. Let no one pressure you to have sex. Instead, persuade them to abstain or to start using a contraceptive method correctly every time they have sex. Everyone must take responsibility for their sexual health. A message from the National Family Planning Board.
No, because they're not yet grown up yet to be having that, so they shouldn't have sex before time, because the more they put out these things, the more they are going to want to go and have sex, because they put them out like it's like they're advertising sex to us.
Because really, it's a prevention of STDs and STIs. So, yeah, I support it. Because from them have sex and protected, I support it.
Well, I do not think that Jamaicans should allow teenage adolescents to use contraceptives, because it's like you're promoting sex at a young age, just abstain.
Well, I'm not sure about that. Not really sure.
Yes, sure, because like if we need an adult for it, then our parents are not going to let us go on it, get it for free. So if they're there, then them not go on, we get it. But if we're alone, then yeah, we can get access to free condoms and all that stuff. And then we won't get pregnant and we won't get STDs.
And for some parents, they keep their children cooped up behind everything, and what they don't know is the children behind them doing something else they don't want them to be. So it's better let them be sure of what they want, or teach them not to do this and what not to do.
Yes, I think teens should be able to access contraceptive when they reach age of consent.
Why?
Because a lot of young girls nowadays is getting pregnant because they are not really able to get access to it.
Yes, I do think that they should get access to it, because anything can happen, right? So them forget it, man. Because as in, if them go out and them do what them feel for do, right? Them for just in case, like as a backup plan, nothing can hurt you if I have a backup plan, right? So them forget it, man.
I think they should be given it because it helps to prevent unnecessary pregnancies, and also it stops the HIV virus that's going around. So I think it will benefit the economy and the country.
Yo, killer premiums are going,
That me I see.
A camera that.
A journalist.
Yo, them a watch we and we not watch them. Them a chat we and we not chat them. When we chat them dead, yo, we laugh at them. Yo, killer, sit the dog at them.
Acting we a cause problem, cause some boy love chat like a problem. Well, parasites know we cross from when. Then we a send demons to a hill.
Bad mind them a pray, them a pray, them a pray. If them could, them would have been gone away. When we stepping at the street with these wallabies, them see we gonna shake like leaf on a tree. Bad mind them a pray, them a pray, them a pray. If them could, them would have been gone away. Stepping at the street with these wallabies, them see we gonna shake like leaf on a tree.
Well, several try rise against the general. Instigate and a call on the federal. I want bleach pound with life like metasol. And a dime for we blood run like mineral.
Marcus, this them a carry feelings. True we never deal in crack. Plus a shingles when we ceiling top. I hope ya them a walk, read Psalms and the healing that.
Well, me say it say you walk bad in your mind. One picture my Congo, you mad in your mind. You feel low the devil, works are you feel fine. Can't you protect me every time?
You are better than give up, give up, give up. Tell P you can't smile them teeth the dog. My lifespan, none of them nah read up. Sidestep when them come a laugh and a grin up. Bad mind them a pray, them a pray, them a pray. If them could them would have been gone away. When we step in on the street with these wallabies, them see we gonna shake like leaf on a tree. Bad mind them a pray, them a pray, them a pray. If them could them would have been gone away. Step in on the street with these wallabies, them see we gonna shake like leaf on a tree. Bad mind, them chat regular. When we dead like match and cellular. Well them check the ready for. Cause we have things we heavier, we have things we heavier.
So when them a trace like big sissy Jennifer, members if you without them now no replica. Pick with them big for real life them feeling up. Chatting them excelling up. Well happy and get a youth to do them thing and them a build bad mind. But fi carry coach is not a will of mine. Give them a few months, them a perish in that time. You coulda never chat the righteous heal bad mind.
Them a watch we and we not watch them. Them a chat we and we not chat them. When we chop down baby we laugh at them. Yo killer, sit the dog at them.
Acting and we a cause problem. Cause some boy love chat like a parrot them. Well, parasites know we cross from when. Then we a send demons over hell.
Bad mind them a pray, them a pray, them a pray. If them could them would have been gone away. When we step in on the street with these wallabies, them see we gonna shake like leaf on a tree. Bad mind them a pray, them a pray, them a pray. If them could them would have been gone away. Step in on the street with these wallabies, them see we gonna shake like leaf on a tree. Bad mind.
Marcus, start the ruckus. Go on to them, I octane. This higher than train. Rocket, I'm playing. When am I praying? Them cannot say we are trading. Kaboom! Gargamel music, lives on.
Alright guys, this is what one 15-year-old wrote, so listen very carefully, okay? So it says, I have a friend, 15 years old, same as me, who claims she's a virgin because she's only had oral sex with her boyfriend. I say I'm more of a virgin because I haven't done anything like that. We both took abstinence pledges, but I think I'm sticking to mine better. She said that oral sex doesn't count as sex at all because she has only done it to her boyfriend. He doesn't do it to her, and she has never come. She said for something to be sex, you have to come. I think that's rubbish.
Okay, the age of consent is the legal age where it's okay for you to be sexually active according to the law. So that means that you won't be prosecuted, your partner won't be prosecuted, and that's all it is. It's just an acknowledgement that you've reached that age where you can begin having sex without fear of repercussions. There have been no changes made to the age of consent law. What has happened is that the age of consent, which is 16, is an issue because it has impact on persons accessing services for reproductive health. So people are worried about giving condoms, for example, to minors, that is minors below the age of consent, because it's an acknowledgement that they are breaking the law by being sexually active. So there are no changes to the law. Our issues are more about providing services to persons below the age of consent, including testing. You can do it if you receive consent from a parent or guardian. So if a child below the age of consent is accompanied by her parent or guardian, or his or her parent or guardian, they can access services as well as contraceptives. The Age of Majority Act, which is a different act, allows persons between the ages of 16 to 18 to also access health services, including VCT, without repercussions of some legislative punitive laws.
The age of consent is one of the laws created to protect teens from sexual abuse. Here are some reasons to decide to not get sexually active as a teen. You do not feel ready. Sex before marriage is against your beliefs and values. Your partner is pressuring you. Pregnancy would be a personal disaster for you. You want your first time to be extra special. You don't know each other well. You're concerned about sexually transmitted infections. You may be at the age of consent, but not at the age to access contraceptives, which would prevent you from unwanted pregnancies and STIs and HIV. The legal age of access to contraceptives must be equally considered when you decide to become sexually involved. Concerns have been raised about a disconnect between the age of consent and the age at which one can access contraceptives in Jamaica. Our research shows that in some countries like the United States, contraceptives are available to all minors at all clinics in all states. And while some teens do have parental consent for these services, others don't. In Jamaica, as we mentioned already, the age of consent for sexual activity is 16. However, the legal age for access to contraceptives without parental consent is 18. The disparity has caused concern for many. First, let's hear from some of our peers. What they think about that? Do they understand why? And should adolescents be allowed to access contraceptives once they are at a legal age for sexual activities?
The age of consent is 18.
Yes, we are aware of the age of consent.
What is the age of consent?
I believe 16 in Jamaica. Yeah, for that Jamaica. 16 for sex and for liquor, drinking alcohol. 18 and for older. Party, 18 and older to drink at a party and to go in.
Is this relevant?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Definitely.
Because there are some children that are too young to go into party, but they're always there because parents are not, looking out for them. They always allow them to go when they're not supposed to be there.
Is this relevant in terms of sex?
Yes, it is, because you're not supposed to be exposed to those things so early. Expose them in school, but you have to learn about them, but otherwise you're not supposed to. So it's very good.
So you would not want to change the law on the age of consent?
No, because it's a good thing.
It's okay, the age that is at now. 18
it's okay
for alcohol and 16 for age of consent.
Yeah, that is good.
Miss, I am aware of the law of age of consent.
Now, do you think it's a relevant law?
Yes, miss.
Why?
Miss, I feel it's a relevant law because children under 18 not supposed to have sex.
I don't think the age of consent is really 16 because at 16, you really still need your parents' advice and, things from your parents and everything like that. And then most of these teenagers feel that when you're at the age of consent, you're on your own and you can do anything and, yeah.
Yes, of course, because on the TV, you hear people telling you that you must not have sex until they reach the age of consent, which is age 15. And some students are having sex at age 13 and younger, which you're not supposed to do.
Well, the age of consent is just a biological marker where the government, the communities, socially everyone realizes that you are at that age where you can consent to becoming sexually active. It's just an age that it's just predetermined. It's not significant. In some countries, I know it's 18. In other countries, it's as low as 14. For Jamaica, this is where we are comfortable as Jamaicans having the age of consent for sexual decision making, and that's all it is. It's not a free pass to tell you to go and have sex because you're now 16 and you can. It is an understanding that you've reached that age where it's okay and we understand if you've acted upon it, but you need to do that responsibly because you're becoming an adult. Of course, the age of consent is always relevant. I think a number of persons think that as they reach 16, it's a free pass to go and have sex. And so that's a concern for parents and guardians. In addition, it is a concern for us doing HIV testing because we know that some persons are sexually active below the age of consent. And so we're a little bit concerned that they can't access services when they're sexually active that might help them to practice more preventive behaviors. including using a condom. So we're unable to distribute a condom to someone who's below the age of consent. However, if they're sexually active, we haven't facilitated their holistic sexual decision making in a more positive way. And so they would need to actually, in order to access it from the government service, they would need to actually get a parent or guardian to approve that.
Well, yes, I do believe that adolescents should have access to contraceptives, because the bottom line is they are having sex, and I'm sure we want them to protect themselves. We want them to prevent unwanted pregnancies. We want them not to contract the HIV virus. So we want them to be positive in their actions, and that's one of the reasons why I do believe that they should have access to contraceptives.
The age of consent for sexual activity is, that's right, 16. And the legal age for access to contraceptives is, that's right, 1 and 8. Very good. Let's explore the pros and the cons.
The age of consent is 16. A young person is under the supervision and management of their parents or guardian up until 18. But the Law Reform Act, Law Reform Age of Majority Act, and that speaks to the age at which a child can get contraceptive. The fact is that once you are 16 and over, Section 8 of the Law Reform Age of Majority Act speaks to the fact that a child can give consent. The child does not need his or her parent consent to get medical help in terms of for your surgical, dental, or anything related to ancillary to that. If you want me to just read that section for you, I'll just give you a little synopsis of it, because many people are unaware that the Law Reform Age of Majority Act speaks specifically to this. So Section 8 speaks to the fact that where a minor has attained the age of 16 years, is consent in respect of any surgical, medical, or dental treatment to himself shall be as effective as it would have been if he were of full age. And where a minor has, by virtue of the provisions of this section, given an effective consent in respect of any such treatment, it shall not be necessary for consent to be obtained from the parent or guardian of that minor in respect of that treatment, or if the surgical, medical, or dental treatment is seen as ancillary to any such surgical, mental, or dental treatment. So it might not necessarily be an upfront medical, but it is something that is ancillary, such as contraceptive. So the Act covers a multitude of sin. It's for us to know, be aware that this is here. The police are aware that at 16 and over, before you reach 18, you don't need your parents' consent to take contraceptive, to even give consent for medical procedures based on the Law Reform Age of Majority Act. However, once you're under 16, that's a different story. The difference here is that under 16, if you get pregnant, that person is referred to as an emancipated minor, meaning that you would have had a child and the doctors or even the nursing practitioners would have said, listen, we can't afford to let this young child get pregnant again, so we are going to have to put her on contraceptive. And that is self-evident, because if the child has already gotten pregnant, our major aim and intention is to ensure that she does not get pregnant again. So a doctor who is going to administer contraceptive to a child in such a situation would not have committed a crime.
Keep us strength and keep us strong. Now we always holding on. Tafari, keep us strong. No, I never lose my culture, no. I'm not not afraid of the vulture, no. Can't go say out like sulfur, no, 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 no. No, I never betray my nation, no. Never give in to temptation, no. Can't afford to lose our nation, no, 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 no. Boy and big man a big man. Give eyes for the right, but acknowledge when you're wrong. From your clean, just stand up in the fire. Cause the fire getting hotter. You know not where you're going because you know not where you're from. How can an African join the Ku Klux Klan? From your clean, just stand up in the fire. Cause the fire getting hotter. I will be true to who I am. On a solid foundation I will stand. I'll be true to who I am. Stay grounded by my roots. I'm an African, Ethiopian. No, I never lose my culture, no. I'm not afraid of the vulture, no. Can't just say out like sulfur, no. No, I never betray my nation, no. Never give in to temptation, no. Can't afford to lose my meditation, no. Without the food no far, there is no drought. I'll keep on treading on the righteous road. I listen as he's an ancient king. Confidence in him keep my star shining. I never bow and me nah sell out. Fire getting hot and it nah go out. I listen as he's an ancient king. He keeps us shining. I'll be true to who I am. On a solid foundation I will stand. I'll be true to who I am. Stay grounded by my roots. I'm an African, Ethiopian. No, I never lose my culture, no. I'm not afraid of the vulture, no. Can't just say out like sulfur, no. No, I never betray my nation, no. Never give in to temptation, no. Can't afford to lose our nation, no. Boy and big man a big man. Give eyes for the right, but acknowledge when you're wrong. From your clean, just stand up in the fire. Cause the fire getting hotter. You know not where you're going because you know not where you're from. How can an African join the Ku Klux Klan? From your clean, just stand up in the fire. Cause the fire getting hotter. No, I never lose my culture, no. I'm not afraid of the vulture, no. Can't just say out like sulfur, no. No, I never betray my nation.
As a young person, I am aware of some of the challenges we face, the internal and external battles, whether to have sex or not. Whether you decide to or not to have sex, you need to become aware of these issues. So when you do make that decision, it will be an informed one. In the meantime, here are some safe and unsafe sexual activities you need to be aware of. Very safe sexual activities. Kissing with lips closed, dry kissing. Wet kissing is reasonably safe. Rubbing against each other clothed or partially clothed. Avoiding direct genital contact and exchange of body fluids. Talking about your sexual feelings and fantasies with each other. Non-genital touching and massage. Unsafe sexual activities. Sexual intercourse without the use of a condom. Oral sex without the use of a barrier and there is direct mouth-to-genital contact. Sharing sex toys like vibrators and dildos with another person. Remember, you are not alone. I know that the issues and concerns we're faced with are many and these are challenges we face on a daily basis. Marge Roper at the National Family Planning Board is always ready to help you. So call or visit for private and confidential counseling at, I know you know the number, 968-1632-236 at 5 Sylvan Avenue, Kingston 5. You can friend her on Facebook at Marge Roper and connect with her there. Shout out time! Big up to the crew for Teen Scene. We have Vicky, we have Uncle Gregory, and we have Lee. Big up to also Stews from the MBBS class of 2K17, and big up to the class of 2K17 as well. Woo! I love you guys. Also big up to Shanique and Chidinma and Kevin, you know. Big up to my good up hairdressers. Woo! Chidinma again, and Melissa on Red Hills Road. Must check her. She's really, really good. I'm here today. So, right guys, so I'm your girl Tiffany, and thank you for watching Teen Scene, and until next time, stay safe.
Thank you.